The Andrew Easton Radio Show, where today we talk about the Dangerous Dogs Act. 25 years since it was introduced, but the RSPCA says the current legislation needs to be totally rethought. The animal welfare charity says far too many dogs are needlessly destroyed because the law punishes the breed and not the deed. Nick Jones is from Alpha Dog Behaviour, based in Bewdley. Hi, Nick.
Good evening, Andrew. Nice to speak with you again.
Well, and to you. And what do you think of this? Is the Dangerous Dogs Act not kind of relevant today? Is it not right?
Well, the Dangerous Dogs Act in itself has some virtuous elements in so much as, we need to have some form of legislation set out so owners are held accountable for the behaviour of their dogs. The particular difficulty with breed-specific legislation is that it really is taking four breeds in particular, but one of those four, namely the Pit Bull Terrier, which is not particularly uncommon in certain parts of the country, has some very stringent controls upon it. And as a result, if you happen to be walking down the street with a dog which happens to look like a Pit Bull Terrier, the police primarily the police are effectively within their rights to stop you, to remove the dog, to assess it, and then in most cases, actually, the dog is returned to the owner. But in some cases, that doesn't happen, and many dogs are needlessly destroyed. And many of these dogs are perfectly sweet in temperament. I know this firsthand because I've been to assess them.
So how do they become, nasty, and why do they attack? Is that down to the owner then?
Primarily, yes. In my work as a dog behaviourist, I'm often looking at pretty much any breed you care to think of. And it's not unusual for me to look at many other different breeds that you may not necessarily associate with being aggressive, but they may well be showing aggressive behaviour towards people. In fact, I should think statistically the number of bull-type breeds I see for aggression to people is, really negligible. So how does their temperament develop such that they will be vicious and attack people? Are they being encouraged to do so by their owners? They're being treated badly? Yeah, whilst I am reluctant to generalise, a number of young males especially will take on bull-type breeds and train them from an early age to become antisocial towards other people. And so this is the primary method, in my understanding, of how these dogs become overly aggressive. You can let's take, for example, a young black Labrador. You can rear that dog to be really polite, calm, to be well socialised, to be well trained, or you can, from an early age, go about bringing aspects of that dog forward whereby it could be aggressive towards people or other dogs. So it's not particularly a breed issue.
Right. And what it does mean, though, is a very complicated issue, isn't it? Because unless you can get at those characters and remove the dog from their possession and ban them from forever having a dog again, it's just not going to. The problem's always going to be there.
Yeah, the RSPCA are specifically looking to place more resources or channel more resources into owners with dogs who are dangerously out of control, which is the sort of technical term. So this is really about owner education. And in my efforts of just looking around today, carrying out a bit more research, I noted that in Canada, for example, they are setting about a very proactive education towards young children before they even become dog owners, so that they're bringing these sorts of issues to light much earlier in age. So this is primarily about education of the young and, of course, existing adults, looking at hopefully managing much more closely the breeding programs which are taking place, because anybody can breed any dog. I could breed any set about having pups from any breed I want, effectively, apart from the banned breeds in the UK. So there's a lack of control across the board here.
Okay. It's very interesting, Nick. Thank you very much for your time. Nice to talk to you.
You're very welcome, as always. Thank you.
Thank you. Nick Jones from Alpha Dog Behaviour, based in Bewdley. Do listen to that and think...